bench day number 2 of the prep is done. My body did adapt to the stress I put it under last Monday, and I was able to add 3 reps to my total. So I am happy about that. I was going into it I'm always expecting to do more, and during these preps I will hit a period 2, 3, more like 3, 4 weeks where my progress will skyrocket very quickly. And so I was expecting that already. It didn't happen. However, I did make progress. So no complaints. I'll just get straight into the numbers. Talked a lot last week, so I really don't feel like talking a lot right now. I did my near max singles, 355, 365, 375, almost identical to last week, except last week I started at 345. They were all right. Elbows flared on 355, 365 was a little better. Not where I wanted to be yet technique wise. And the 375 was better than last week. Last week I'd give it a C- in terms of technique for what my standard is for myself. This week I'll give myself a C+, so it was better. Still a lot of work to do. And the sets of 6, it was about the 3rd set when I finally felt settled in. So I did 3 near max singles last week, 6 working sets, so 9 sets, 3 singles, that's 12. First 2 sets, that's 14 sets. So it took me about 14 sets to finally feel settled in again and in my groove. And I'll say in my groove and under the bar, just feeling more powerful and not as much stress on my anterior delt and upper pec. I'd like to use more of the meaty part of my pec, not so much up here. And of course my triceps. These are going to still work, but when my elbows go out, the load's more transferred up here. So about the 3rd set in, I realized that my first reps of the sets before were not bad, but after the 1st or 2nd rep, my chest would cave a little bit, and when you're benching, I want to bring my chest to the bar, touch my nipples on the bar. It's another cue, and it helps just keep the back tight, shoulder blades down and together, and is a good leverage for benching. And I would do a decent first rep, and then after that, or the 2nd, at some point when I got to the top of the rep, I would do this a little bit, and then I'd come down and it would feel funky. It wouldn't feel right, and it would feel out of the groove, and the weight would feel heavier. The 3rd, 4th rep would feel so much heavier than the 1st rep and the 2nd rep. So the 3rd set, before the 3rd set, I was like, I think that's what's going on, and so that set, I made a point to keep my chest out, touch my nipples to the bar, keep it back, and sure enough, that was it, because then I felt like I was back in the groove, and I started out getting the same exact reps as the previous week, 4, 3, 3. Normally in the past, that would really mess with my head, and I'd get really anxious and stressed, like, oh crap, I'm not gonna beat last week. However, I was able to make that adjustment, and I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine. I am gonna beat last week. So the last 3 sets, I added a rep. I did 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, opposed to the last 3 sets last week. I did 2, 1, 1. So I did 14 total reps at 325. This week I did 17. And I'll take it. I added, let's say 2 pounds. I think it was more like 1.7. I was 267.2. So I added a little bit of weight, and I added 3 reps and worked hard, hit needed my spotter on every set, and it was good spots. JM was telling me, yeah, you want to go to failure, but you don't want the bar to completely stop, because then the signal is going to stop to the muscles, and so it's tough to spot it, because I don't want them to take a rep away from me that I'm going to get, but I also don't want to stop completely. So the timing has to be really perfect. And I felt like both the spotters did a great job with that, to where I would go and you hit a wall, and then they would keep it going and let me finish it, and still work for it with their little bit of help to keep it going. So I was able to do that on every set this week, all 6, which last week I only did it on 5 sets. So all around, it was a better session. I improved my weight. Normally, after 2 weeks, I was 263. After 2 weeks, I'd probably be about 278. I gained the weight really quickly. I'm holding back right now. That's going to be my ace card, being able to gain 10, 12 pounds in 2-3 weeks, and I'm going to save it for the end of this prep. Even though I'm not peaking with triples, I can peak a little bit with my body weight, and at the end I can flip that ace card over, gain a lot of weight, and have a huge increase in strength. And then settle there, because once this prep's over, it's not actually going to be over with the meet. I'm going to continue. This is going to be probably a 6-month prep with 2 meets, culminating in a final meet in the fall. So I'm going to try to stay under 275 for as long as I can. I still need to eat a decent amount with how hard I'm training. So I'm trying to get the amount where I'm gaining a pound or 2 a week. And last week I was successful. This week I'm going to try to do the same, keep my calories around the same, and slowly gain the weight until the very end of the prep. I'll flip that switch and get up to 285, and then do the 10-pound water cut for the 24-hour weigh-in. So that's all I got today. And now the lifting part. Got better last week, but C+. Last week was a C-. So moving in the right direction, but not. I don't feel as under it. I gained 2 pounds. I was at 267. Four
Сьогодні, можливо, найкраще просування по техніці за весь час, що зробив.
Маєш поставити. Маєш поставити. Купити щось, якийсь лайн.
У нас так колись, коли в наше время, в нас там поставитися, ти маєш піти в гастрономію, принести.
Yeah, come on, Bobby, come on. There it is, good fight. Good job, buddy.
I was up rep on that.
Come on, Bobby.
Ось такі, коротше, такі там махінації, що як не відкупується, знаєш, що ніколи. Що в нас не подаємо? Ні, я викину її на маркет плейс, яка в нас не торгується. Well, he helped me. I don't feel comfortable. Things been on my chest. I don't feel that comfortable. It's like if I die, I know, but honestly, my ideal, I want to get it.
The tape. Is that okay?